From the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know at the News You Trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Joel Penorwood with your farm news. The 2025 Commodity Classic going on this week. Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins made an appearance to talk several things in agriculture and took some time out of her schedule to speak with Ag Media. Our team was there as Secretary Rollins addressing some recent comments she made at the USDA Agricultural Outlook Forum, calling the state of the farm economy
is dire.
She expanded upon those comments.
There are a lot of factors that go into this, but when you've got a $49 billion trade deficit, that is devastating to our American farmers and ranchers. $49 billion. I think on Friday it was $45 billion, and I think some new numbers have since come out. When the cost of inputs went up 30% just in the last 4 or 5 years, I mean, how do any of our farmers make any money when the cost of inputs go up 30%? Your trade deficit increases $49 billion now, and then you have a whole host of regulations that have been layered on over and over and over again. So there are a lot of factors. We are attacking it from all sides, putting together the plan that can hopefully begin to roll that back. I am planning to very aggressively, with President Trump's permission, go out into the world and look to expand our markets and also make capital easier, especially for our younger farmers.
And another member of the cabinet, Secretary of Health and Human Services, is Robert F. Kennedy, Jr. He's been making news on some of his beliefs that the way farmers grow food is poisoning Americans. Rollins commented on her future work with Secretary Kennedy.
Perhaps I can spend a little time making sure that he understands that some of the things maybe that he has been told or believed or has read isn't entirely accurate, and the importance of ensuring that our farmers and our ranchers and that really America understands the importance of things like pesticides and others to ensure that we are able to continue to feed America and frankly to feed the world. I feel confident. I feel very, very confident. I'm very encouraged that as we work to make America healthy again, we will be able to do it in a very intentional way that not only does it compromise our farmers and our ranchers and our ag community, but actually helps to elevate and make more prosperous than ever before. I know that's where President Trump stands.
That's Secretary of Agriculture Brooke Rollins and her comments to Ag Media at this year's Commodity Classic going on out in Denver. The value of U.S. ag exports here in fiscal year 2025 expected to drop to the lowest level in 5 years. USDA reporting shipments this year projected to be valued at $170.5 billion. Now that's up from the $170 billion in the November 2024 outlook, but still would be the lowest level since that of 2020. Let's turn the page and check in with our own Dale Menio as he catches up with Ohio Forestry.
Joining me is Jenna Reese. And Jenna, we appreciate you sharing with us for several months now about the critical role Ohio forest and woodlots play in not only our economy, providing the wood. How would we kind of wrap up? What does it mean to Ohio? What kind of acres and trees are out there when we talk about forest and woodlands?
There's 8 million acres of forest in Ohio, which is 30% of the land use. But what we haven't talked about is that means standing timber covers more of the state of Ohio than corn and soybeans combined. There are nearly 400,000 landowners in Ohio who have some type of woodland on their property. What's really challenging for us is that over half of those 400,000 roughly landowners have 10 acres or less of woodlands on their property. So the $30 billion Ohio forest products industry truly relies on the random acts of conservation from that many people.
What can these people do to play a part in Ohio's Forestry Association and programs?
Ohio land is absolutely critical for their management decisions truly fuel all of the production that happens in Ohio. Getting involved, getting a forest management plan, getting the right certified professionals, or in this, the right crop advisors, is essential. It will produce a little bit more income, diversify your operation. I know we've talked a lot about the market challenges that our industry faces, but like any other agricultural commodity, it's still profitable for landowners to manage and harvest timber, even when markets are low, if they're working with the right professionals. That would be a certified forester and an Ohio master logger, which can be found at ohioforest.org.
Thank you, Jenna Reese, Ohio Forestry Association, and our own Dale Menio. Stay tuned. Markets coming up next.
Biodiesel isn't just a fuel, it's a game changer for your engine, your wallet, and your farm. Cleaner burning and efficient, biodiesel enhances engine life, power, and fuel economy. Plus, it delivers real value, adding $1.33 to every bushel of soybeans grown. That's 13% more value per bushel, directly tied to the biofuels market. Ready to turn soybeans into power and drive with purpose? Learn how at soyohio.org.
Let's take a look at those closing market numbers here after Monday's trade in Chicago. Not a good one on the grain complex. March corn off 13 1/4 to 440 1/4, as May corn is off 13 1/4 to 456 1/4. New crop down about 4 cents. March soybeans 13 1/4, 998 1/4, while May beans are at 1011 1/2, off 14 1/4. New crop drops a dime to a price of 1018 3/4. July wheat 561 1/4, down 8 cents. Markets brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance. Online at seedconsultants.com. Cattle lower, hogs higher. April live cattle down 40 cents to 192.25. April hogs gained 3 cents to a price of 83.70. May hogs gained 25 cents today. Milk dropping about 15 pennies across the board. This is the Ohio AgNet.